There is no second past.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. I'm going to say, please, please, it's too much winning. Can't take it anymore. Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain.
All right, you should be able to hear me now. Welcome. Good morning. all the BS. Oh my God, guys, what the hell? You change one little tiny thing in OBS and it just eliminates everything else. Good morning. Bitcoin recovering from 89.2 this morning, guys. 89.2. That's as low as we got last night. Can you believe it? I believe it. I lived through it. But we, of course, winning. Coming back up from our baseline bear case scenario last night. Thankfully, we did not touch the bottom of that, which was 87K. Although I'm almost at the point now where I'm like, rip the damn band-aid off. Let's send it. Let's go. Let's rip the damn band-aid off. I'm tired of it. God. All right. I'm trying to get my This is how I realized that I was muted. I was trying to, I try to fix my background here so you guys can see what's going on the chart. Since it's so tiny, I don't know why it's so tiny. There we go. Put that back in the frame. Okay, there we go. That's better, much better. Of course, now you can see, hopefully, just barely, the price on Bitcoin coming up just ever so slightly. Hopefully, retesting 91.5 on the market open. The open bell is at about 5 minutes, guys. So we got that coming here soon. So stay tuned for that. All right. Let's get into the stuff and things. I got the stuff and things. I have a few things saved from Bloomberg this morning. We do have BlackRock analyst on here right now. So I guess we might want to dive into that real quick.
Things. Number one, let's think about what has led to this more recent narrative shift. First, I would say it's the hawkishness or the perceived hawkishness from some of the central bank speakers that we heard from over the course of the last 2 weeks. That's number one. We'll have to see what happens with the data once we start getting it, right? So the second one, which has been somewhat surprising to me, has been the negative reaction despite strong earnings that we got over the course of Q3. I think it's surprising how strongly so many companies have beat, and given where the expectations are, looking at about 14% earnings growth, that's been a very strong sort of relative to expectations, a very strong market reaction, but we haven't seen that follow through. So maybe there's more there. And then the third thing I would say is just the absence of data. Once we begin to get that deluge of data on again, which will hopefully happen starting this week, I think there's going to be a little bit more clarity. So that's what we're looking at. And I'll say, if you think about, what sustains us, it's just fundamentals.
Okay, well, let's talk more about those
fundamentals. Hurry up, woman, they got to go to break.
Open. Gargi will be staying with us. That's coming next on Bloomberg.
We'll get more from BlackRock here after the market open bell. It seems like. Okay, let's commence with the pleasantries, guys. We skipped over the pleasantries. I wanted to see if they had anything, redeeming to say from this. Calling for basically buy the dip. Yeah, that's what everyone's calling for anyway. Buy the dip, guys. It's blood in the streets. You buy. You drink that blood all up. You drink it all up. How you guys doing this morning? We've got Nebs in the chat. We got Gamma. We got Super Danny. Chaos, Fire, Panic. And of course, I added a little bit of Doom in there. I can't go without those things without Doom. Can't have those three things without Doom. Good morning. Yes, a guy, good morning. Lube at the ready, says Nebs. He's ready to shoot that lube out, guys, and lube you on up this morning. Annihilation, says Dylan Crumb. Annihilation. We went way off the grid for a week and a half. Take it. I missed some chit chat, says Easy. Yes, you did. Time to spill some tea. How's it going, Easy? How's it doing? Strawberry Dragons, of course. Good morning, Chaos Crew. Good morning, Strawberry. Our favorite flavor of dragon. And yet again, employed. Another day of employment. For our favorite flavor of dragon. Just a little bit of doom and gloom, says Dylan Crumb. Just a little bit. Bitcoin testing 89K. Climbing back up to 91.6 in the market open though. The Russell and the Bitcoin are pretty much down in the pre-market. Good morning, Otaku and crew members. Good morning. Happy joy and happy good morning to all the Chaos crew. Guys, good morning. Good morning. Yes, Crypto Chaos. Good morning to you, Cody. You guys didn't get to hear me say that. My mic was muted. So anyway, guys, good morning, and good morning, Crypto Chaos. You gotta wake up the whole damn neighborhood. Nebler Nerd says, it's, going to, zero. Sell me on crypto. It's going to zero. Good morning, guys. Let's get this morning. Yes. Gamma. Let's do it. Where's the green at? Where is the green indeed? So hopefully more green coming soon. Can't take it anymore. You guys, total exhaustion hits the markets, guys. We have about 1 minute. We gotta get back over there. I haven't had time to commence with the pleasantries. No, we have to get back on over to Doomberg and catch the market open. I got a few of these saved. I think this one's good. Yeah, I think this one's good. Yeah. There we go.
An innovation.
Any second now.
Bringing you up to the...
All right, I just thought a little minute to get into the pleasantries. Audio. Yes, thank you guys for shouting out and making me fix my audio. I can't do this without you. You guys are awesome. Thanks again. I appreciate it. Axie off. We can't hear you. Thank you. From all that. And of course, don't forget to catch that knife. Don't catch the knife, guys.
Burger.
Don't.
Not exactly how you want to start your Tuesday. Is it especially after a Monday that declined, a Friday that declined, a Thursday that declined, a 3-day run that rivals the
there we go.
From April. S&P
There's the
down
bell.
0.5%, NASDAQ
The
down
chaos
0.6%.
continues.
The Russell 2000 futures session also doing poorly. All right, here at the opening bell over at the New York Stock Exchange, we got MP Materials. What a great year it's been for them, up 265%. The rare earth minerals producer, they got a some investment, some help from the U.S. government, so that's not too bad. On the other hand, over here, we have Chagi Modern Tea House. It is a U.S. listed ADR of a Chinese tea company. They IPO'd back in April. Not as great for them. They're down about 13%. I think whoever was at the front of the podium there was just throwing leaves, maybe tea leaves, so that's pretty cool. But again, down 13%. All right, let's look at some of the stocks to watch this morning. And it's been a lot of the tech players that are feeling the pain. Microsoft and Amazon, both those shares are down roughly around 1.5%.
Are you feeling the pain?
They both got downgraded at Redburn. It's not too often you get downgrades on these companies. The analysts calling their generative AI returns, the hopes around them, as misplaced. Home Depot, those shares down 4.2% after cutting guidance as shoppers stop buying big ticket items. I want to, though, let's go back over to the desk because Gargi Chaudhry is still there. She's, of course, BlackRock's chief investment and portfolio strategist of the Americas. So, Gargi, before the market opened, we were just talking about the ability for earnings to underpin things and the fundamentals. Torsten Slok has talked about a K-shape, not in the consumer, but in companies. Maybe Home Depot kind of underscores that this morning. How are you looking at fundamentals when you can have strength from many companies, but a Home Depot can say consumer strength is just not there for us?
So recognizing that there is very much a K-shaped recovery that's going on, and that will obviously have impact on equity markets and bond markets alike. So making sure that when you are thinking about your investments, investing to those quality areas which are likely to have that profitability, that ROI, that earnings growth, which is what we've been telling investors to do. So use this pullback, and maybe as we go into the year end, recognizing there might be further illiquidity concerns, but being cognizant of that and using that pullback to go into AI, which we still think is a very resilient part and earnings-led part of the market. And in particular, we're telling investors to go in with an active lens in mind. So BAI is the ticker that we're telling investors to allocate to for that high quality AI exposure. And then you ask about fundamentals. I'll just point to maybe two other things quickly. In addition to earnings growth, really focusing on coming into Q1 of 2026, we will see that reacceleration of economic growth. We might see some slowdown given the impacts of shutdown in the near future, but after that, we see that reacceleration. And then secondly, even if the Fed rate cuts do get pushed out in December, just listening to some of the Fed speakers, we will continue to have a rate cutting cycle back towards that 3% neutral rate in 2026, perhaps even in 2025. I think both of those are very positive for the
So a couple of things I want to ask about there. So you mentioned one of the tickers. I'm guessing that's one of the BlackRock ETFs to capture AI. Why do that and not just like an overall S&P 500 fund? Because aren't you essentially getting the same thing? I mean, NVIDIA is such a huge weight. So why go into an AI-specific fund versus just market cap weighted S&P?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. And listen, there are certainly a lot of investors, given their risk tolerance and given their budgets, that are focusing on funds like IVV, which is exactly that. You get the S&P 500, and that is what you need, and you're still getting a large component of AI within that and everything else. But then again, as I said before, 66% of clients are looking for that AI exposure. They have an underweight to it. So in your portfolio, if you have discovered that underweight and you want that AI specific theme only, you've got the industrials, you've got the financials, you've got everything else, but you're really underweight AI. That's where we think that very specific AI exposure makes sense. So it's really a portfolio decision.
Got it. Okay, so the other thing you mentioned is the fact that cuts are on their way. But we've had a lot of division among Fed speakers. We had more recently one of the first Fed speakers to really come out and say, yeah, we're going to get a December cut. It feels like a lot of the Fed governors have been actively avoiding that conversation when we've had Williams more recently being more dovish. Is that enough, you think, to turn around this market in the negative sentiment? Getting cuts priced back into December, is that going to be the thing that saves equities from this downfall we're on?
I think that some of the reason that the downfall happened was this divisiveness. Because think about it, we haven't had any data at all. What have we had? Yes, we've had earnings, but those haven't been bad. What else had we had? We've had the divisiveness. So I do think if we get some more clarity, and frankly, some of that clarity will come from many of the payroll prints that we're going to get, the 3 of them that we're going to get between now and call it end of December. And within that, if we see that, the economy is not slowing down massively, but there is still a slowdown in the labor market, I think that allows the Fed Fed to be able to cut. And especially with inflation, if we continue to see services inflation decelerating as we did in the last October 24th print, I think that allows them more sort of firepower, if you will. Is it enough? No. But that in combination with the growth dynamic that has always been positive and will probably accelerate in the beginning of next year, as well as earnings growth dynamics that, again, has been extremely powerful and positive and higher than expectation, I think all of that does allow for us to have a smoother year-end process.
If divisiveness, though, is the issue, Evercore brought up this really interesting point last week, and their idea is essentially that what's happening now is you're getting Fed speakers who are being more hawkish because they're anticipating a Trump pick coming in to run the Fed. And they want to get out ahead of it and show that they're not just going to roll over and listen to whoever is in at the Fed. Does that show, or are you concerned that the divisiveness is going to continue into 2026, that this is just the new posture of the Fed? And if it is, does that mean the rough patch that we're seeing now might be more common?
If that is the case, I think that'll introduce more volatility for sure. Because markets, more than anything, like certainty. They like certainty of data, certainty of policy. And I think some of this wobble has been certainly illiquidity, but uncertainty as well. So if what you're postulating is correct, then yes, I think that'll inject more volatility. But at the same time, isn't that a great opportunity to choose and pick and prepare your basket for those areas of the market that you really want in your portfolio? So fixed income, we think, sort of clipping that coupon in fixed income markets is a great way. And again, if we have these spread widening periods, great way to allocate more to fixed income. Similarly, with high quality parts of the equity market, this is a great time to do that. And then add some hedges. We've been talking about that from the beginning of this year. We've seen this massive 50%
seriously,
rally
BlackRock,
from the April lows, and
buy the dip.
A pullback is normal, healthy. Add some hedges, add some gold, add some front-end bonds, add some non-US market, emerging market comes to mind. And I think that diversify your portfolio, and that's another way in which you can weather the storm, if you will.
Gargi, I'd love to end kind of where we started on this idea that a lot of your clients still are underinvested to AI. When you talk about them and investing in AI, is it hard to convince them to go all in, especially sort of the headline risk that we keep seeing every day, that companies are overinvested, that maybe there's a bubble? Has that kind of dissuaded some people from really getting into the trade?
I think that's sort of come up a lot more over the last month or so with respect to, is AI in a bubble? That really wasn't a narrative at all. I think it's come through now with the fears of circular financing, which is why, in fact, it offers us more of an opportunity, you and I, to sort of help clients to understand where you should be thinking about picking stocks and what are some areas of the market, frankly, like small caps, which might not ever get their shine back.
All right, Gargi, this has been so fantastic. Please come join again soon. That is BlackRock's Gargi Chaudhry. All right, about 8 minutes into your trading day, let's stand right now. They are lower and, you know, not as bad as we were in the future session. We're down by a third. Looking at the upside, Apple, one of the biggest gainers in terms of points. It's only up 0.7%, but there was a report that maybe some of their sales in China are doing better than expected. Alphabet brought.
All right. So yeah, they're coming up a little bit. Let's see how crypto is doing. Bitcoin right now sitting at 92,000. We finally recovered back to 92K after a very, very dark night. That was crazy, guys. It was crazy. 89.2 was the lowest we touched on Bitcoin over the closing hours of the U.S. market. Let's get this out of here. Just want to, of course, shout out. Some things are so jank still, guys. I keep fixing things, and things keep getting more jank. All right, guys. So yeah, we got that on there on the board here. Let's get back on over to Doomberg. I want to share with you guys some of the statements we had this morning on crypto before in the pre-market. We got Bitcoin sitting at 92, so it's not the end of the world yet. Again, guys, we're a little bit higher than we were hoping. I wasn't hoping for. I was literally begging the universe to not send us down there. That's, of course, our $87,000 target. I've been afraid of since 4 weeks ago. I've been telling you guys about this for 4 weeks. It's crazy. Cannot believe. Yeah, that started appearing towards the end of October into November. And 87K was where all the bears wanted to play. And we did not quite give it to them yet. Hopefully we do not give that to them. We did come back down to 91,000 and fill that CME gap from back in, where was it, May? It's ridiculous, man.
What are you,
ridiculous. No, I think it was actually September. And the May one is 75K, which we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. All right. Let's get back into it, guys. Let's see what else we got. I want to share you quickly what some of the statements were in the pre-market.
Overall risk assets, Bitcoin fell below $90,000 for the first time in 7 months. It's just back above that level, but it did erase gains for the year. Crypto-linked stocks, those are sliding as well this morning. Scarlett Fu co-hosts the Bloomberg Crypto Show every Tuesday at noon and joins us this morning. Scarlett, I mean, it's been a tough run with these things. I guess it's hard to say what exactly is behind it, but what are some of the people you're talking to saying about this fall?
Well, definitely investors are repricing the early stage innovation, frontier tech parts of the market, and crypto really embodies that, right? We know crypto trades as a risk asset.
A lot of dovish statements
stocks.
This morning.
And in the near term, you mentioned NVIDIA. There's anticipation before NVIDIA's results, and then, of course, there's a lot of macro data at the end of the week. But overall, you've got a lot of concerns over the shifting macro environment. Is the Fed going to cut rates in December? Is the Fed going to cut rates in 2026? We don't know. Stretch valuations in stocks, especially that AI story getting a little bit wobbly, is just concerning for anyone in risk assets overall.
And I hear you brought this cool chart with you. What are we looking at, Scarlett?
So I think what this chart really shows, it's very busy, is that Bitcoin has repeatedly come back from massive drawdowns. So that big spike up in 2021, 2022, money supply is a purple line. And of course, during the pandemic, people were stuck at home. They got a lot of money. There's money sloshing around. So it went into unprofitable tech stocks, like the white line, meme stocks, which is the yellow line, and Bitcoin, which is the blue line. The difference is, you could see in 2022, 2023, Bitcoin made a comeback. And even though the bubble deflated everywhere else, Bitcoin has repeatedly come back from these massive drawdowns, down 55% in 2021, down 77% in late 2021 to late 2022. So this idea that perhaps there's another drawdown isn't so much super concerning. It's not an existential crisis for Bitcoin. It's like, okay, this happens and we come back from it.
I guess the question, though, is it a concern for other markets if people have been using leverage, if they're getting margin calls and they need to liquidate other assets in order to fund those margin calls?
Absolutely. So there's an element of forced selling, or at least questions being raised about whether there's forced selling, right? We know that a lot of traders borrow money to enhance their positions. So when the prices come down, they get exposed. And we're now looking at this $100,000 level. It was previously support. It's now resistance. And it's definitely this key line here. Options traders are also betting on further declines. We've seen a demand for downside protection at $85,000, $80,000 strikes. Those are dominating flows. And we've seen 12-spot Bitcoin ETFs see net outflows over the last 2 weeks of $2.8 billion in November alone.
All right. Well, at least maybe you can call today a bounce because we're back over 90,000. So
we'll see, though. I mean, there's Bitcoin trades 7 days a week, so there's a lot of room for.
Well, again, it is the.
All right. So anyway, it's pretty much calling exactly what we talked about last night. There is still some possible downside still left for Bitcoin. We are now turning, of course, 92,000 into resistance as we speak, as we, of course, wicked that all the way up to 92.5 and came right back down to hit the edge of 91.7, 91.9. So yeah, it looks like, of course, we could see more downside still. More doom to come. And then, of course, that key level would be next hit $87,000 Bitcoin, which I've been calling for 4 freaking weeks. I don't want to see it, guys, but that's the reality we're living in. And then 85 down here, max pain, more than likely is going to be max pain for the markets. I don't want to see that big one down there, which is the next CME gap we could possibly fill, which is $75,000 Bitcoin. All right. So anyway, I just want to rip that Band-Aid off before we get into the rest of this. I also have another one. Another mention of crypto. We actually they always mention crypto in the pre-market, if they mention it at all, until about maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They might get started with that again. I don't think we have time for this. We have to get to some other metrics. Let's dive into it, guys. See what we got. On the news, CNBC this morning, we got Dow drops 300 points, S&P 500 falls for the 4th day as tech slumps. Bitcoin briefly dips below 90K. So that's the headlines here. We already lived through it. Don't need to go into that one. Netflix is finally learning, leaning into a key piece of media. We've got some of these headlines here. Toyota to invest $912 million in the U.S. Plans to increase hybrid vehicle production. That's good. Zoox, never even heard of that company. Some weird looking cars. Here are Tuesday's biggest analyst calls. Tuesday, NVIDIA, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Deckers, Netflix, and more. Oh my. God. Was it a makeage? Makeage? What? I don't know what that is either. Oddity takes aim at Hims, a telehealth skincare product. Home Depot cuts earnings outlooks as a Home Depot home improvement demand falls short of expectations. As no one has money for that. No one has money to put in a new bathroom or a new kitchen right now. Intuit to pay over OpenAI over $100 million a year on model access to ChatGPT integrates it with TurboTax. That's pretty cool. Jim Cramer's top 10 things, yada, yada, yada. All right. That's nothing else pertaining to our space this morning. Jeffrey Epstein, more still in the news for him. The late, but not so great Jeffrey Epstein. All right, let's move on. What's got Fox Business? Open the headlines here. We've got homeowners facing unexpected $1,600 bill as $16,000 bill as hitting costs surge. I guess new roofs for everyone. All SNAP recipients required to reapply as Trump administration cracks down on fraud. Yikes! More doom for SNAP coming soon. Let's go. I love the doom in the morning.
Oh, man. Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins. Secretary, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Ooh, U.S.-Argentina deal, too.
Get to with you, and I want to get your take first off on that prediction from the CEO of Omaha Steaks. What is meat going for right now? $4, $5 a pound? He's talking about $10.
Well, that's right, and I sure look forward to talking to him. I saw him on your show. We had it on in the office on Friday. I thought he was very well spoken. I do believe, though, that his forecast is not going to be correct. Of course, no one knows, really. But the idea that we won't get prices down until 2027, I think there are a couple of important
Damn.
The first is this, that we are suffering from the last administration's literal war on cattle. If you remember, they wanted to reduce the herd sizes because they believed that cattle caused climate change. I mean, that wasn't that long ago that was sort of a common narrative. So lots and lots of issues there as we rebuild the herd based on the devastation of the last administration's policy. That's the first thing. The second thing is that there is no doubt, because of drought and that reason and others, that we are at a low herd size. Now, you marry that to the fact that...
All right, they're talking about beef prices now. I wanted to get into Argentina and more doom. EBT, there we go.
Data from 29 states showing 186,000 deceased individuals were still receiving benefits.
If that's true.
People under arrest for fraud so far. On top of that,
crazy
requirements and a $186 billion budget cut also taking effect. So what? Somebody died and their heirs started receiving their SNAP benefits. Secretary, what happened?
It's just incredible. And, you know, within the first hour of me being sworn in February, this was one of my very first things that we did. We sent a letter to every state. We said business as usual is over. The status quo is no more. We know that the SNAP program is rife with fraud, but it's all anecdotal. This was last February, that we have no data. How is it true that the taxpayers through the federal government fund this $100 billion program every single year, but we don't even know whether it's being done correctly, what the accountability looks like? We want that data ourselves. As I mentioned, 29 states complied, mostly the red states. And what we have found since we started getting that data late spring of this year is just stunning. As you mentioned, 186,000 deceased individuals receiving benefits.
That's crazy. If that's true, that's absolutely insane. But it's Fox Business, man. Take everything with a grain of salt, guys. Don't be total right wing, left wing. Just, of course, filter out the noise. It's likely to be BS to some extent. All right, but that's crazy if true. All right, moving on. What else we got here on Fox Business headlines here? Chick-fil-A testing sandwiches. Who cares? Chudlow's Trump's program's already working. This is Cudlow. What do we got?
Now, folks, Trump's
we're at economic record.
Low inflation should put the fake news to rest. Okay, that's
fake news
with numbers. President Donald Trump has no excuses to make for low inflation or affordability or anything concerning the economy. His first-term record right now, he's into it for 8 or 9 months.
This is ridiculous. I mean, to give him credit, right? To give both sides credit, That is true. All right, we do have lower inflation than we had before, but it's still ridiculously high, and that's self-reported. That's not true inflation. I don't. It's all BS. The real inflation numbers. I mean, if you go to the grocery store, guys, you're paying more than 2% to 3% when it comes to consumer-based products. You're paying more like 50% since 2018-19 on some of this crap. I went to the grocery store yesterday, and what was a big ticket item I saw? A head of cauliflower costs like freaking $3 a pound. Like $3 a pound? You kidding me? Used to be like $1.50, $2. All right, so that's already a third higher than it was before. All right, what else we got here, guys? Let's get into the metrics. Let's see what's going on in the chat too. Got to catch up with you guys in the chat. Oh my gosh, guys, so much doom, so much doom. How is Bubbles doing? So much doom. Not enough time ever to cover everything. Down 10% on the week. We're currently down only 3.4% on the day. Yikes. What a way to start the morning. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat, guys. The Bell, the Knives, Wall Street, Group, WSG, liquidity shock. Analysts noted that the shutdown caused a short-term liquidity crunch. Yes. This is the Fed had that emergency meeting over the weekend. And operations stalled and uncertainty discouraged institutional inflows. Markets are set to rally at open. I don't know. I think we're going to have to get through this week still. I think honestly we have to wait to the holidays to kind of start chopping through the holidays a little bit. I think we need to get maybe next week started. Maybe we'll see a little bit of recovery over the weekend. And then we'll kind of go all reconvene for Thanksgiving, come back and do it all again. It's going to be a choppy holiday season. Bitcoin just follows the Russell 2000, says Rob Scott. Without all the economic data and rate cuts looking more like the pause in the Japan carry trade, unwinding risks on assets. Yes, the Japan. Oh my God, dude. We covered that last night. Yikes. What's going on in Japan right now? If they start to raise rates, guys, this is going to be brutal for everyone. 100% agree with you there, Rob Scott. Well, except for the Russell 2000. Because I truly believe at some point
Bitcoin's powered by chaos. When Godzilla walks onto the playground, all your models, they're all going to be destroyed.
Eventually. Every trading pair, every model, everything you truly believe in will be destroyed. I personally believe that when everyone, of course, starts going into the gold rush of Bitcoin in the near future. Nebulaner says, hey, we got wrenchless. What? Awesome. Doom brings friends. Yes, Rob Scott. We have more wrenchless in the chat. Guys, we're trying to get to 1,500 subs so we can, of course, continue the wrench economy, and hand out more of those wrenches with wrench stimulus coming soon. You guys are ridiculous. Oh man! Again, shout out to the King of Wrenches, King Jake the Snake, the King of Ohio, who created the original Wrenchonomics. Oh my God! Otaku, sounds like you're making breakfast. Making breakfast? What? Dead voted, of course. They are also spending their EBT. Yes, the dead. The dead have also voted and have collected their EBT, according to Fox News. I had get hardly anything for $200 at the market anymore, says Cody. Yeah, I spent $100 yesterday and got enough to make like one meal. That was crazy.
What are you, stupid?
What the hell are we doing, man? What are we doing? Maximus Diamond Hands, who the F is going to the store for cauliflower? God. Well, we all grow it like off the grid, right? McFreedom, right? We don't all grow it like McFreedom. I got to Cali for cauliflower. Damn, you go to Cali for cauliflower? I'm in Florida right now. My God, everything is so expensive. Oh my God. Not so much winning here. All right, guys, what we got for the metrics this morning? So other than that, everything's down about an average of 3%, almost going down to 4 now on the day. What's down the most? We got Edena, that's down 26% on the day. That's crazy. This is a pretty new project though. It's still trying to find its footing. Just launched here within the last few weeks or days? Week or so. Don't know enough about that project. Zcash finally having a pullback. $550 currently sitting at right now. Still up 12% on the week, down 20% on the day. There's still possibly a further pullback to come. I wouldn't be surprised we go down to at least 400 or maybe 250 Psychological levels could be retested. It has to pull back, guys. This thing has been blowing up like crazy, even though still, I mean, the bull trend's still kind of intact for Zcash. It still has some legs if they want to continue that momentum. But, I mean, my God, dude. Rip City for Zcash, up still 1,170% on the year. Anything else we have that's still down? A decent amount. AVAX is down 8% on the day. That's not too bad. A decent DCI opportunity for that project as well. Starknet still bleeding out. Still down 60% on the year. Holy crap. But man, it broke back in the top 100 here recently, and we've been talking about it. Dash down about 12%. Mantle down 10%, and that's about it. Those are the top movers on the day to the downside. Nothing really moving big on the day, onto the upside. We got on the week here. We're looking for 20s and 30s. Don't really see anything significant today other than pump.fun. If you guys want to invest in that, go ahead. Not financial advice. SWE down 22% on the week. That's probably my top pick for the day. Fetch AI is down 22. Arrow's down 36. That's crazy. Arrow. Again, down 41% of the month. All coins basically haven't done anything this year, guys. It's ridiculous. Virtuous Protocol still down 22% on the week. My top picks today probably going to be again somewhere near the norm. Probably SWE, not Say, because Say's not down to at least 20% or more. And then maybe I don't know. Maybe Arrow, or maybe you want to DCA into that Zcash. You believe it's still going to continue to go. It just moved back up 1% here on the last few minutes. Maybe those two. Maybe Zcash and SWE. All right, moving to the 100 here. What do we got? What's down the most right now on the day? We got Concord, right? That's a Concordium down 20%, 18.5%. Humanity token, not a big fan of that project, but it's down 15.5. Soon down 27.5. A lot of these newer tokens trying to find their bottoms. What else we have here? Down 7% on the day. Jasmine, damn. Still bleeding. Down about 0.7 of a penny. And then I think it's time to go into the weekly here. We're looking for 20s and 30s, guys. ZBAC down 26.5%. My number one pick is got to be that.
I'd buy that for a $1.
Hell yeah. Almost down 30% on the week. 26.5 on ZBAC. You guys do know that's one of our darlings on the channel. ZBAC, XCN's down 20%. Jasmine's down about 20%. Wormhole's down about 20%. I do like me some Wormhole. Pith also down 20%. Don't forget, Pith also lost the top 100, guys. This is, I think that might be my top second pick. Pulse Chain, if you guys are big fans of Pulse Chain, it's almost down 30% as well. There's a lot of blood here to buy, guys. It's too much. But my number one pick for the day is definitely going to be ZBAC, with maybe a runner-up being on the top 200. Wormhole or XCN. Pulse Chain, if you guys are big fans of Pulse Chain, I mean, you guys do you. Do you, boo-boo. But Jido's down 25. Maybe Jido or Pith. I don't know. I still can't believe Pith is in the top 200. But, the mighty have fallen. All right, moving on, guys. Moving on. But that's my two sats, of course, for today. Not financial advice. Moving on. Let's get back into some of the headlines here. Let's go back through TradFi.
Programs that help those 7% transition into...
All right, so Bloomberg's on break. Let's take a look at CNBC. We got CNBC here. They're on break as well. Let's go to Fox Business. I think I lost that last time. I don't want to go to Fox. Give me Fox Business. Business. I need business news, not silly nonsense news. Okay. Here we go. They're on break as well.
At the
Everyone's on break. One more check on Bloomberg.
Conversation. This.
All right. Let's get into some crypto news, guys. Let's rip that Band-Aid off. It's just time. Yes, time to take that baby out of the oven. It's 10 a.m. as we always do. Let's jump on over there and see what's going on today. Let's take a look first at news.bitcoin.com. Bitcoin price watch clings to 91K as 89K becomes the line in the sand, as we saw this morning. We did recover a little bit and still hanging out above 91,000. So 91.3. Maybe the Bears finally got everything they wanted out of the markets. I doubt it. Let's take a look. Speaking of which, let's take a look and see how the order books are looking like this morning. Let's jump over there. Of course, getting Kimba, the White Snow Lion on YouTube. Don't pay for something you get for free, guys. Don't do it.
What are you, stupid?
That's, of course, why we go to Kimba. Anime reference for those who know. Right, so it looks like, yeah, the Mars is freaking exhausted. Holy hell. We have one more round of liquidation set up for shorts around 91,600, and then probably going to be going on back up to 92. There's really nothing standing in the way. We are oversold to AF. Oversold AF for sure this morning. Everything's been liquidated. All of the green is above us now, which means, of course, a lot more buy pressure. No, what the hell? On my step tool. I'm going to have to move this stuff off screen, guys. This is getting ridiculous. I keep having to shuffle back and forth between this screen now. All right, so this is what we're looking at this morning. All of, yeah, the buy pressure is definitely below us, is getting drying up. We have tons and tons of sell pressure above us, around 100K, 97, 96, 95 is barely loading right now. That's kind of new, so we just recently lost all of that. We are bouncing right now in spectacular fashion. Hopefully an inverted head and shoulders is in our future. We definitely need it right now to come back up and retest at least 97, 96K. That's what I see here, of course, on the order books. We do still have the dreaded 87K still there. 85, 87, right down the middle there. I would say more 87, as I've been saying for the last 4 weeks. And below us, we have, yeah, a little lower. That's 80, what's it, 83, 84. And below that, we have 75, 77. That's more like 77 there. So more pain possibly is still in our future as the holidays start to kick off and trading does kind of slow down. People getting, yeah, because this could be a fake out, guys. This could be a fake out. We could climb back up here, reject it, and then come back down and come back and fill some of this up here. But there's really, I mean, there's so much buying pressure already been exhausted. Look at all this, guys. Look at all this. Holy crap. We bought all this up. All of it. Between 89 and 93. 89 and 93. All this got smashed up and bought up in the last 24, 48 hours. So that's what we're looking at, the order books. It's pretty brutal, but hopefully this will be the last Band-Aid we ripped off. I don't know, man. I feel like I got chickenpox, or what do you call it? Oh my god, the adult version of chickenpox. Yeah. We just keep ripping off Band-Aids that are coming up every single hole. It's ridiculous. Shingles, yeah. Shingles. Oh my god.
What are you, stupid?
Yikes. Alright, let's get back in the chat. Needy. Mother effer right here says Nebula, I'm a minnow, but I need 10 million of everything. Oh my god. Neb says Ebek is something I need, man. Oh, I need like 10 million. I need to bleed. Yeah, man. Right now is a really good time if you got dry powder. As I just showed you guys. I told you, Otaku, it's crazy here. J Money microgreens. Oh my god, it's so expensive. Okay, gotcha, Nebs. That's why it's so expensive for produce here. Holy crap. Although I gotta say, avocados are probably the cheapest I've ever seen in recent memory. 55 cents I saw for an avocado. It's still pretty cheap. Where I'm from, in Illinois, shiny or gloomy Illinois right now, 89 cents, 98 cents for $1 basically for a freaking avocado. And they're not even that big. So it's about half the cost here. Okay, back here. Hey guy says you gotta shop smart. I get out of the grocery store for $70 and $70 is still a lot. It's insane. I found that Amazon fresh grocery stores have decent prices. I also cook my foods from scratch, so that same here, guy. But my god, some of these ingredients, man, will set you back. Might help lower the price for me, says guy. Okay, JPEG, that's the way. It's even with the dogs and the cat splitting the whole chicken. Yeah, that's probably the way to do it these days. I can't imagine what the price of dog food is right now. J Money says I'll sell you microgreens at wholesale. I got you. I wish I was in your area, J Money. I'd definitely take you up on that. Amp Knight says, I believe that Bitcoin has a quick bounce at 97K and then straight to 60. Ooh. Amp Knight, were you calling for 50 yesterday? I don't know, man. You get some crazy numbers on here. 60K. So guys, we've never, ever retested the previous high of a of Bitcoin from the previous cycle after an election. So remember that. I mean, never say never. I say unless we get World War III, we're not doing it. We're not going under 70K, 69K, you know, of course, if you backtest on Bitcoin. We did lose a little bit of this bullish structure, but we're still pretty much intact. I don't want to lose 90K solid, right? We don't want to lose 90K solid. I think that's going to pretty much break it down. But we are sitting right now in the fire sale until we get back up to like 93.5, 94K. So it's still pretty brutal out there. But the entire trend is still your friend, guys. That's why I keep telling you guys I'm not funding this market until we lose this in a significant fashion. Like returning back to 73K would be brutal. I can't imagine the buying pressure that would be taking hold at that level. And of course, the likes of JP Morgan, everyone else calling for a lot of this buy pressure to resume. And for us to continue upward, hopefully after all of it gets gobbled up. And MicroStrategy, of course, just purchased 10,000 Bitcoin yesterday, guys. Don't forget, they're loading up on this big pullback. And again, my idea still is kind of intact. This is what I showed you guys yesterday. Last night's live stream calling for hopefully a bounce here. We needed this to turn into an inverted head and shoulder pattern somewhere within between now and next week. I would love to see this play out with a recovery back to 115K. I hope so, man. I hope so. All right, moving back, of course, I'm just going to leave that on the board until it gets invalidated, or we continue to update from here, but that's what I see in the charts. It's unless, again, a Black Swan event happens, more than likely this is where I think we're going. All right, moving on. Let's get back into the news. Anything else going on? Let's take a look through TradFi, run through here, and we got to let more crypto news load, I guess.
In the next couple hours, we have a market that is selling off more than 1%. Let's check in with this Mateo for a Bloomberg Business Flash.
You got it. And this Bloomberg Business Flash brought to you by IBKR. Will the U.S. Fed funds target rate be set above 3.625% at the FOMC meeting ending December 10th? 2025. Well, at IBKR forecast trader, the yes recently at 23%. Start predicting today at ibkr.com/forecast. The last trading day for this contract, December 10th. Yeah, we do have stocks extending that sell-off. It comes after Home Depot highlighted signs of consumer strain, pulling back on big-ticket items. Its shares are down nearly 3%. Tomorrow, we're going to hear from Target, Lowe's, Williams-Sonoma, TJX, and yes, NVIDIA. Speaking of which, checking with the NVIDIA shares, they're down nearly 3%. To the markets we go. We have the NASDAQ down about 1.5%, 337 points. The S&P 500 down just over 1%, 67 points. And the Dow down more than 1%. 523 points. In the yield space, we have the 2-year 3.55%. That's down 5 basis points. The yield on the 10-year 4.09%, and that's down about 4 basis points.
All right, moving on. Let's take a look and see what CNBC's rattling on about.
With OpenAI, kind of these relationships are splintering in real time.
NVIDIA, OpenAI, of course, Anthropic to spend $30 billion in compute through NVIDIA and Microsoft. That's them reporting right now. Let's take a look at Fox Business. What do we got here? Omaha steaks, ground beef, too expensive. What the hell is this guy wearing? What the hell?
Would have, but I also have to tell you that being in the business for 39 years, Stuart, it was a little peculiar that he came out and said it right before Thanksgiving and Christmas, and maybe he's trying to push the man forward to see what his sales can do going into the end of the year. So there's a little tinge of skepticism on my behalf because, yeah, that's a big jump. I don't think we're going to see something like that. We could see prices stay steady between now and then. He also talked about no relief in beef prices until 2027.
We're going to $10 a pound. Is it already $10 down? I don't know. It may hit $10 a pound, it says here. Omaha Steaks. All right, guys. Don't forget to, if you haven't already, like and subscribe, guys. We're trying to, of course, get the channel up to 1,500 so we can hand out more wrenches until 2,000 with Wrenchonomics still in the cards, guys. Again, yes, long live the king of Ohio, Jake the Snake. All right, guys. Let's get back into crypto news. That's about all the run through TradFi we got today. Let's see. Let's take a look at CoinDesk. Yeah, let's take a look at CoinDesk. What do we have here? Tether invests in Ledin to expand Bitcoin-backed lending amid surging demand. Damn, that's pretty awesome. I didn't know Tether was going to get involved in Ledin. Bond hits a rebound. Crypto Daybook Americas. We covered that at least the last update last night on Crypto Daybook. What else we have? Crowdfire, bond hints at rebound. Crypto markets today. Fear grips the markets. You know what, guys? We haven't taken a look at the overall sentiment. Let's take a look at that real quick. There's really nothing I'm seeing in the news today. Crypto news is really stagnant. Let's take a look at, of course, fear and greed for the stock market sitting at 9. I think it's the lowest we've seen for the stock market. Holy crap! Whoa! I think that's I really do. I really think that's the lowest we've ever seen for the stock market. Crypto fear and greed maybe getting at 6 now. Oof, 11, still 11 from last night holding. Strong. Strong. I don't know about strong, but holy crap, guys. Definitely a lot of fear in the markets right now. Dollar rising on this fear. I don't know who the hell is buying this freaking thing. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's just paper. Guys, it's just paper. It's kind of hard to tear. Yeah, it's just paper, guys. It's literally just paper. Oh, okay. 99.5. Yeah, 99.5 on the Dixie today. All right, what else we got? Let's get back into crypto news. Let's take a look at my favorite site, Daily Hodl. Crypto lending giant prepares to bring high-yield savings to iPhone. We could take a look at that. The Trump Organization prepares to launch tokenized real estate investment project. We talked about that last night already. They're creating, the Maldives resort. They're going to tokenize the entire project, billions of dollars, yada, yada, yada. VanEck Solana ETF launches, bringing spot exposure to Solana on Wall Street. So Solana ETF just launched the VanEck Solana ETF, offering investors direct exposure to Solana on VanEck. JP Morgan's Bob Michelle orders, I think we talked about that last night. The AI and bubble. There isn't an AI bubble. It's in the market is in a good place despite stocks slide. All right. And of course, Michael Stellar picking up a 10,000 ridiculous, almost $1 billion worth of Bitcoin yesterday. Moving on. All right. Crypto lending giant prepares to bring high yield staking savings app to iPhone. A leading crypto lending protocol just announced plans to launch high yield savings platform on Apple's iPhone. The Aave app promises a smarter way to save money, offering users up to 9% APY. The team says this will earn significantly higher yields than traditional banks. Definitely a lot more than traditional banks. Key features include an autosaver for recurring deposits, linked bank accounts, and adding 0.5% APY for commitment. But still not enough to defeat inflation. Just had to say it, man.
What are you, stupid?
It's still not enough. 9%, still not enough. You need at least 15 to 20% to challenge or defeat inflation per year. All right, just wanted to, of course, add my little 2 cents to that. Let's see what else we got here on, how about Cointelegraph? We got in Cointelegraph this morning. Average Bitcoin ETF investor now underwater as Bitcoin falls below 89K, 0.6. Yeah, we did release. We lost all of our gains from the beginning of the year, guys. We lost all of it. Bitcoin was higher at the beginning of this year than it is currently right now. If we look at the weekly chart, you can see right here at the beginning of the year. This was December of last year. December. We've lost all of our gains. The only time we were higher, we're only higher since March. We had that dip from the Trump tariffs announcement around January, February into March, and we had that pullback, and we're basically fighting the gains from the pullback right now. But again, we're still on the fire sale target. This is the larger macro trend line, so we're at the very bottom of it right now, guys. We don't want to lose everything, so we want to continue to stay in this range for this run. All right, what do we got? Crypto carnage is Bitcoin off 4-year cycle over. How many articles are going to read about that, right? I want something juicy. Give me something good. Brazil weighs on tax on international crypto transfers as it aligns rules with CARF, C-A-R-F. I don't know what's going on there in Brazil. Pantera Pact capital. UK central bank still disproportionately. I think we covered all those yesterday. Man, there's just nothing juicy today, guys. We're going to have to start doom scrolling here in a minute. Let me take a look at one more outlet. CryptoNewsland.com. White House begins detailed review of IRS proposal to access foreign crypto. Transaction data. White House reviews the IRS to plan access for foreign crypto data as the U.S. considers joining a global digital asset reporting framework. That's interesting. The White House is beginning evaluating the IRS plan to would monitor and tax offshore crypto investor assets held by U.S. citizens. Here we go. Here we go. The proposal was submitted to the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs on Friday. The office reports the Office Management and Budget that vets out the regulations in order to make the regulations remain within federal priorities. Of course, they want to tax you on your crypto ventures out of the country if you're a U.S. citizen. Yikes. Yikes. We knew that was coming. I mean, it's all on the blockchain. It's going to happen. Okay, Blockchain for Good Alliance, BGA, recognized groundbreaking blockchain projects, according to SGJ's platform, yada, yada. There's really nothing here today, guys. Let's jump on over to Doom. I'm sorry. X. Doom scrolling. Over on X. Let's see if we got any breaking news over here. The Real News platform over on X. So guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe down below as we're trying to build the channel further. We're growing steady. Steady up and to the right. All right. Let's take a look and see what we got on the Doom scrolling today. Unfiltered, by the way. So you never know what we're going to see here. Be careful. It might get banned. Breaking: SEC just dropped crypto from its 2026 priorities. What? Whoa, that's not good. The new exam plan doesn't mention crypto at all, suggesting that it's no longer treated as a special risk area. Damn, that is bearish if that's true. It's brought to you by Coin Bureau. CM Mouse says there will be no bear market. I love you, my otaku brother from another mother. Whale Alert says whales are buying the dip and small hodlers offload. Wallets holding over 1,000. Bitcoin jumped 2.2% to 1,384, the highest in 4 months. They are buying the dip, guys, as we covered that last night as well. Michael Sauer just posted an orange heart. Believe. Yes, and this is the coin. This coin's down 50% since 2015. I just ripped it all up this morning. Yep, it's down. The founders keep minting more. It's unbelievable, guys. This shitcoin. Of course, the US dollar is the biggest of the shitcoins. Thomas Lee says, not a drummer. Let's see. Bitmine keeps accumulating. Ethereum network is now with 100% uptime. Yes, Bitmine owns 3.6 million ETH, and they have basically 3% of the entire, total assets. SEC Chair Paul Atkins says a massive easing of crypto rules is coming. That's at least positive from, of course, him. The SEC has removed crypto from its 2026 priorities. Yeah, signaling there's no longer considering it a special risk area. Okay, that's what they're pertaining to with that. That they're not considering it a high risk area to focus on, at bad actors, right? Bad actors. They're not calling us all bad actors anymore, basically. Okay, I guess I misread that first one. I took it as dropped it from its priorities. The SEC. The plan does not mention crypto at all, suggesting it's no longer treated as a special risk. So not special risk. Okay, gotcha. Justin, Jack Dorsey's block just urged the U.S. government to remove taxes on Bitcoin. It's time. That's old. I swear I blocked him. I swear. I'm done with this. I'm done with this crap. That's Pete. Damn it. Screw it. I'm done with it. I'm sick of the old news. Jack Dorsey, of course, has been advocating for no taxes on Bitcoin for a long time, and Lummis even responded to that. It was like 3 months ago. 3 months ago, and said, we have a bill for this. It's coming soon. Of course, we want small transactions to be tax exempt for Bitcoin, and it's coming soon, according to Cynthia Lummis. All right, Cameron Winklevoss. So this is the last time you'll be able to buy Bitcoin below 90K. This is coming, from one of the Winklevoss twins. There you go, guys. Shut up and let me enjoy this pain. Charles Munger. What the hell is this?
Shut up.
Just shut up
and let me enjoy this pain.
Welcome to the pain zone. It's where we live.
Yes. When I'm hurt, I love it. I love that feeling because it's real.
So real, guys.
To love pain.
pain. Feel the pain.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
Don't be afraid to buy all the blood too. All right, I love it. I love the pain. I love the misery. I love this world. All right. Yeah, if you guys know that quote. Philippines erupts 650. Wow, what's going on in the world today? Holy crap. Now the Philippines is also protesting. We just been talking about the Mexican one here recently. Philippines erupts 650,000 protests as $9.6 billion vanishes into a flood scam. What? Philippines packed Rizal Park to say what everyone's thinking. Where did the flood money go? It turns out 545 billion pesos were spent on flood control since 2022, but thousands of projects were shoddy, undocumented, and were never built at all. This is happening out in the Philippines right now. Indonesia's been rioting too all year. I mean, it's crazy what's going on in this world, guys. Don't think that this can't happen here in the States either. At some point, we're going to get fed up as well. It's over 90,000 again. Yes. My otaku brother from another mother, Samson Mel.
What does the scouter say about his power level?
Bitcoin's over 90,000!
There's no way that can be right. Cut it!
Yep. That's exactly like my intro. God, someone else took my idea. All right. Anyway, you can now borrow up to $5 million against your Bitcoin without selling it on Coinbase. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so it looks like, guys, I think we covered all the news. It's looking pretty lackluster even on doom scrolling this morning. Huge short squeeze brewing on Bitcoin as of 7 hours ago from Crypto's RS. George, I'm George, you're George, we're all George. Are you George? I don't feel very Georgy today.
What are you, stupid?
$1 billion have been wiped out for the past 24 hours, including 665 million in longs and 85 million in shorts. CoinGlass data shows a significant amount of liquidity now stacking on the top side. Markets follow a liquidity. A reversal could be on its way. Yeah, I mean, it feels like it. It really does, because usually, I mean, I just showed you guys the order books. It looked dead. It looks so dead. We'll go back over there and show you again. It's so dead right now. They're afraid. Everyone's afraid to be longing again because they're going to get wrecked. They're afraid to short again because they're going to get wrecked. Most of the longs are getting wrecked more than the shorts. So short sellers are definitely holding the market. All it takes is one big whale to come in here, buy, wreck a bunch of the shorts, and then they stop shorting again for a while, right? And then Bitcoin goes on its run. We find a new top. Or a new, consolidation zone. And that's what we're waiting for right now. And right now we're definitely trying to find it. All right, what else we got here? Our CEO, Fong Li, recently sat down with Milk Road to discuss Bitcoin's backed securities and how the next bull run will be powered by the Wall Street credit. Tuned in here to hear the latest insights from Strategy B, of course. Yeah. These, what else we have here? Pension funds, $277 billion in U.S. state pension funds just reported holding 241,000 MicroStrategy shares. Okay, nice. For, of course, the state of Florida. Justin Tom Lee says Ethereum will bottom this week. There you go, guys. You're to hear.
Personally, I think that we're pretty close to bottoming this week.
What makes you stay bullish?
Well, there's the story of building on Ethereum, and we know that there is a lot taking place. There are stablecoin creations. Larry Fink and BlackRock and Wall Street want to tokenize assets, bring stocks, bonds, real estate onto the blockchain, and they have to find a neutral 100% uptime blockchain. That's Ethereum. And that's the fundamental story. The price, of course, for Ethereum will fluctuate because crypto is hyper volatile. In fact, it's kind of it's sort of a feature of the blockchain itself. And I think we've been in a downtrend, unfortunately. A lot of folks are kind of questioning if we're in a 4-year cycle for Bitcoin. So we talk about that in the chairman's message we published this morning, that the most correlated factor to Bitcoin prices when you see it at Bitcoin at a peak actually is the ISM. So I think we're still in a correction phase of crypto. Crypto suffered from that liquidation event on October 10th, but because the fundamental story is intact and we crypto discounts the future, That's why it's volatile, but it still looks pretty attractive here. And
What
personally,
do
I
you
think
is the
that we're
fundamental
pretty close to
story
bottoming
at
this
point in
week.
time for Ethereum, because you've got this general market risk.
So anyway, Tom Lee does say that I think we're bottoming this week. Let's see where Ethereum's at right now. I mean, he might be right. It did stop. Right around 3,000 flat. The lowest it wicked down to 2,954. Didn't last very long. This is on the weekly chart here. What we at? We're down there for what? 12 hours at most. Realistically, it was only 8 hours. Between the two wicking back and forth. I mean, it could have been as little as an hour or 3 hours in terms of what happened in the last 3 or 4 candles down that area. So he could be right. We could be wicking down. We could be finding the bottom for a lot of these assets. All right, continuing on. Speaking of which, we do have some of these. Holy crap, guys! Some of these we gotta take off the board. It's been a while since we looked at the Ethereum chart. Back here in September, holy crap, we were very bullish, guys. We were like what? Oh my god! At one point, we were $25 away from hitting that. It's ridiculous. 4,900. I was so close. I was $120 away from hitting that week on September. We got to knock that off the board now. Bobbin calling for $15,000. $15,000. I'm not sure where you're looking at, Bobbin. If you're in the chat, let me know. Yeah, you definitely are. I see you right there. Were you at the end of the year? Where are you at for that 15 grand? I think that was your end of the year target. Gamma Goddess calling for 5,000 by October 20th. That's off the cards too. And we got Ben Lawrence, the 17th of November, calling for, or the 18th of November, calling for 7,500. That's definitely not happening now as well. These are old. These are old ones we were talking about like 2 months ago. So again, we gotta knock those off the board. But Bobbin's still intact. It could happen. I'd be more on the low end, more like, again, 10, 12. That's kind of been my target for Ethereum either way. Maybe we can get 88, 89. Maybe we don't quite get to 9,000 or 10,000 this year. But yeah, I bet mine's going to continue to buy more. Maybe by the end of the year, they have 5% of the entire, coins of ETH. We don't know. We're not sure where that's going to go. But definitely looking different on the charts these days on Ethereum. It's the last time we looked at it here. I'm going to clean it up here. Get this going. All right, and of course we lost that trend line there, and we're testing the bottom. Okay, that's pretty much good to go. All right, let's get back to it. Bitcoin holding 92,000, trying to break above 93 right now as we speak. And right now it is about 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thank God we're back in the Eastern Standard Time. I miss it. All right, let's see what else we got here in doom scrolling. Let me refresh. See what else we got on TradFi as well. Let's go back to TradFi. Bond traders, iData, the chart Fed's next move.
Better shape going forward. But the fundamentals of the companies are as strong as they were a month ago. Nothing has changed.
Ooh, nothing has changed. I love when people say that too. All right, moving on. It's so silly. Okay, let's get back into CNBC. Anthropic, they're still talking about the same thing.
And we still...
There's no freaking way. They are. They've been talking about this for an hour. God dang it. Just beat a dead horse, why don't you? All right, let's take a look at Fox Business. And they are on break as well. All right. I guess back to doom scrolling. Let me check one more news outlet. Let's take a look at, how about cryptonews.com. Bitcoin slips below 95K. S&P 500 set for longest losing streak since August as Bitcoin falls below 90K. Just briefly. MasterCard selects Polygon to power a verified username transfers for self-custody wallets. Damn, that's pretty cool. Korea faces a fresh crypto tax chaos as 2027 deadline nears. Report. We can take a look at that briefly too. See what's going on in South Korea. Bitcoin slides below 90K, and I think we covered pretty much everything else that's below here because there's really nothing happening, guys. Very, very, very lackluster week in terms of news so far. Swiss bank Amina wins Hong Kong approval for institutional crypto services. So there's still stuff happening in the banking sector in Hong Kong. Gemini's Cameron, Bengal boss, flags Bitcoin's sub 90K level and as a rare buying opportunity. As he just read one of his posts over on X about 10 minutes ago. El Salvador buys the dip, accumulates 1,000 Bitcoin. We talked about that yesterday within 7 days. And that chart was explosive. Of course, they're very transparent about their buys. And they show that here. Do they show it? His tweet? They do not show his tweet. Wow, that sucks. They show a different tweet, though. Oh, no, none of the tweets. No tweets! Okay, Stacey Harbert, I don't know. I wanted to show you guys what we showed last night, which was, I think I still have it up, which was El Salvador. Again, they've been opportunistic DCAing for the country of El Salvador. They've been buying one every single day, and 10 or 11 every single down day. With this exception, down under 100K, they just bought 1,000 coins. And you guys are bearish. You guys are bearish. I don't know. I don't know, man. Don't be bearish. This thing's happening in the background. That's all I gotta say. They're gobbling it all up. All right, moving on. Again, embrace the pain, love the pain. Let me get back to my page real quick. I'm sure I have it saved from last night. Because I love me the Bitcoin country. No, I don't think I did. Damn it, I did not save it. Or sometimes I save stuff and then they don't register it. Like the X only lets me like share like every other thing. Sometimes it's weird. All right, I guess we can do, since we're here, do a little bit of more doom scrolling. Brian Armstrong coming out here as of 25 minutes ago, posting, here we go, our first product showcase since December 17th. We built a lot of cool new products, decided to show them off to you in the next month. So Coinbase system update incoming. Exciting product announcements, key business updates, lots of other cool stuff are coming soon, according to Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. Denver health inspector caught on video dumping bleach into food vendors. What? What the F? That cannot be real. There's no way. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Oh my god, that's gross. Guacamole, pickled onions, limes, gone. Damn. Video spreading faster than the smell of bleach. Where the violation verified jurisdiction, the optics are pure disaster. What the hell? So I guess the food spoiled and they tried to... That doesn't make any sense, man. Like, what the F?
What are you, stupid?
Crazy stuff over in doom scrolling world. Anyway, crypto Seth. So the biggest whale accumulation is happening during the sell-off at the 89K. And you think it's over. Exactly what I just said. And you guys think it's over. Antonopoulos, wow, arguably the best Andreas Antonopoulos video on Bitcoin. This one's an oldie but a goodie. Is it? I can't tell where he's at. Let's see, where is he at?
Look. In Saudi Arabia, women are not allowed to own property and banking.
Yeah, this one's, I think, 2 or 3 years old. This is at the Digital Assets Summit. Yeah, I think this is 2024 or 2023. I forget. All right, moving on. Tom Lee, congratulations, Funstrat, on the launch of Gringy. What? This is Tom Lee. GRNJ, a granny small. This is a granny shot. What the hell? Granny large in cap income. I guess it's some sort of ETF they have. Yeah, Granny Shots ETF. Yep. All right, so he's of course shouting out to that. Justin Cloudflare recovering a worldwide outage, taking popular services like X and ChatGPT down. Damn. It's Watcher Guru there. That's an hour ago. Really? That's crazy. I didn't notice the outage. We've been here on X. I haven't noticed the outage. Anyone who thinks Michael Saylor is just a maniac who takes out debt to buy Bitcoin needs to watch this interview. This is one of the most sound and rational explanations of why Saylor is going hard and fast into Bitcoin. And this was 4 minutes long.
It's not a better place for that. That's because they're companies. And if Bitcoin was a company, if it was a big digital banking network, it probably also gets corrupted. What I realized is Bitcoin is a decentralized protocol. It's a commodity. It's ethically superior to a company. It's ethically superior to these big tech companies because it represents a protocol of economic empowerment for 8 billion people and everybody on Earth, regardless of your views. And so I basically went from opportunist to investor to maximalist. And now I'm of the opinion that the human race moves forward through clean energy, clean food, clean money. And human misery was our water was dirty, our food was dirty, we didn't have energy, we had dirty clothes, we had doctors with dirty hands and dirty instruments and the like, and we had dirty money. And for the last 500,000 years, all of our economics have been broken, and the human misery has taken place because copper tokens and giant stone coins and glass beads and silver coins and gold, none of these things were perfect capital assets. They were never a settlement network, and they were never a non-deflationary asset. Bitcoin represents clean money. It represents economic energy and economic empowerment. So my mission at this point is I would just like to spread it to 8 billion people. I actually think you can. Bitcoin is hope. I think you can fix a company, fix a country, fix a family. It won't solve the other problems. It doesn't cure cancer, and it doesn't make you a good basketball player, and it doesn't resolve political differences and religious differences. I get that. What it does is it gives people a working economic fluid that doesn't drain 10% of their economic energy per year out the back door. And so I'm a big advocate for digital capital in the same way that 150 years ago, maybe I could get really excited about spreading electricity to the world. But if you found fire, you would want people to know about fire. And, Henry Ford, as I said, he put the fire in an engine and he gave us wings. He let us fly. And so the world's a better place with the automobile or the plane or aluminum or steel or computers or AI or whatever it is. I just think the world's a better place with digital capital or clean store of value money. You could say it's a fair and equitable way for us to settle our differences.
100%. This is the first time ever in human history we have it.
Satoshi started a fire in cyberspace. Take your fiat currency and feed the fire.
Yes, and that's exactly what we do here on the channel. All right. I think that's pretty much it, guys. Looks like we do have another comment from Simon Garovich over on X. Even on days like today, our strategy remains unchanged. While short-term movements can be unsettling, our focus continues to be on long-term value and creation with their Bitcoin strategy. All right. I think that's it, guys. I think I pretty much covered a little bit of everything we got going on today. We've exhausted everything. I did have this actually pulled up before. I want to go over that before we leave. MasterCard selects Polygon to power verified username transfers for self-custody wallets. That's pretty huge. Global payment leader MasterCard, Polygon Labs, and Mercurio have announced on Tuesday, that's today, that they are extending MasterCard crypto credential self-custody wallets, adding username style aliases intended to eliminate the need for long alphanumeric wallet addresses. Could be huge, could also be dooming, but I doubt they would create something new without some sort of protection for their clients. MasterCard chooses Polygon to launch username-based transfers for self-custody wallets with Mercurio.io. Identify verification means human-readable wallets. Mercurio, Sate? What? Sate? They said, at least we know it's not, maybe written by a human, said it will be conduct identity checks and issues with the aliases with users, which users may bind to their wallets across the network. Users can also request crypto credential soulbound token on Polygon, showing on-chain the associated wallet belongs to that verified user. The shift away from the lengthy hexadecimal wallet strings aims to reduce errors and increase confidence in the digital transactions. A single verified alias recognized across the crypto credential network brings the blockchain usage to closer to familiar payment flows, says the firm. Polygon positioned as payments grade infrastructure. MasterCard's decision to use Polygon reflects the network's emphasis in scalability and predictable settlement. The Polygon proof of stake chain offers the low transactional cost, high throughput, and rapid confirmation times suitable for real world payment activity. Recent upgrades, including the Rio and Heimdall version 2 releases, have strengthened finality guarantees, mitigated reorganizational risk, and paved the way for higher throughput. Polygon already handles a meaningful share of the U.S. stablecoin transfers and supports a broad segment of the neobanks, fintechs, and integrating digital asset rails. And is still, don't forget, a sleeping dragon in our space, guys. This freaking coin has done nothing for a year. Where's Polygon at? I still have it on the chart. I don't think I have the charts still up here anymore. Let me get back over here then. Just look it up at Bubbles real quick and show you. It's done nothing all year. Polygon. Oh, geez. Still hanging out in the top 100 though. As always. I don't even see it on the day. Wanted to see if they got a pump today. And again, it's weird that it still registers as Matic, even though they changed it to Poly a long time ago. Alright. So yeah, on the year, still down 63%, has done absolutely nothing this year. Not even $1. It's so sad, so sad. Alright, moving on, guys. I think that might be it. That might be all I have for you. I'm gonna do one more run through TradFi, and then I'm gonna go run a mile. Or two. I gotta go right now. Gotta go. Alright, let's go back over here to TradFi. They're on break. Looking at Pfizer on the break. Actually, they're on break. They're just talking about Pfizer, I think.
It's going to result in an impairment related.
Screw Pfizer. Anyway, CNBC live stream. Let's see what we got here. I swear to God, they're talking about the same crap. Talking about the Dow, S&P 500
Keeping
index.
the function inside the Fed is it has a view on brewing financial risk and risk to the financial system. So you take that out, maybe the Fed doesn't have that visibility, but then also maybe you don't have the politics going on inside the Fed when it comes to these issues.
It's a good debate, good discussion. All right, thank you, Steve.
Okay, well, let's continue the discussion to a certain extent. Bring in Randall Krosner, former Federal Reserve Board Governor, University of Chicago Booth School of Business professor. Randy, I guess before we get to sort of the view of the December meeting, I assume you were listening to that last conversation. Yep. Any thoughts when it comes to the Fed and bank supervision in particular?
Super important issue. So I think that the Fed doesn't need to be the primary regulator, but for exactly the reason that Steve mentioned. If the Fed it has to rely on others for getting information about the stability of the banking system. That's a problem. They should know that directly. Also, when the stuff hits the fan, you turn to the Fed, and the Fed's got to make loans immediately. They need to have that expertise to be able to do that. So that doesn't mean that they should be the only regulator, the only game in town, but I think they need to have that expertise so that they can both try to anticipate what could go wrong as well as act really quickly and effectively. Otherwise, talk about politics. Politics can come in and say, you got to save me, don't save them.
Right. That said, I mean, you will talk to, I know Sarah has as well, and Carl, we talked to any number of bank CEOs who will certainly complain about the legions of Fed supervisory staff that are basically in their banks helping them or trying to, sort of preventing them from making certain decisions they want to make.
Hopefully. But I think that's... and exactly that's what Michelle Bowman is trying to focus on. You can say, oh my goodness, you're taking out 30% of the staff, but there's a lot of stuff that is just check the box exercises. I mean, that's exactly the sort of thing that I was fighting when I was there 15 years ago to try to get things focused on the big picture risks rather than the narrow check the box exercises. So I think the Fed could be more effective with fewer people.
Damn, they're cutting 30%
build
of the
on
staff.
that. They missed SVB, and that was considered a major regulatory supervisory oversight because that was a matter of risk control. So yes, they're doing a lot.
AI is going, man. AI is taking over.
Well, exactly. So certainly that was when Michael Barr was vice chair, and the full staff was there. So it's not a staff issue. What it is with something like that is, again, a lot of the staff is focused on kind of the check the box issues, the things that are legally required but may not really be focused on big picture risk. If they had more opportunity to think about what are the big picture risks, what were the risks that SVB were taking, I think that would have been much more effective. So I think trying to really pare back the regulations that don't really get at risk, give the supervisors more time to think about the big picture, that would be a great, if we can move in that direction, that's the ideal. I think that's what Mickey is trying to, and the other governors who are supporting it are trying to do.
I wonder if it affects the dynamics as they debate monetary policy as well. Like, I'm just wondering, because it's such a divided time where, there are those who feel really strongly that they should be cutting interest rates and those that feel really strongly that they shouldn't, be more worried about inflation. And I do wonder, divided over regulation, divided over monetary policy, where does this leave us?
Well, I think they're certainly divided over monetary policy. As Steve said, I mean, Michael is kind of the outlier in voting against this. I think, these are people who are both Biden appointees and Trump appointees are supporting a more efficient and effective financial regulatory system. Now, on the inflation and growth front, there's certainly very, very different views. And man, there's no data, so it's easier for people to kind of go by vibe rather than go by data.
Yeah. Finally, just to quickly get back to the Fed and what we typically talk about, what are you thinking for December? What do you think they should do?
Well, obviously, we really need the data to be able to find out. We'll get a little bit more at the end of this week. I'm hopeful.
Yes, Thursday, guys.
By the time they have their meeting in mid-December, we'll get a little bit more of a picture about what happened in November. October is probably going to be a black hole. My vibe is that the labor market has been weakening significantly. We're hearing a lot more about layoffs. We're seeing a lot of pain, very high delinquency rates for auto loans and in credit cards. And so I think the median to lower income person is facing a lot of pain. So I think I would lean towards a cut, because I think the market is, I think the economy is slowing.
All right.
Yep, absolutely right.
Randall, appreciate it. Look forward to having you back soon.
Hitting all corners of the internet today.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. All right, we also have the internal server error. What's this? The Cloudflare outage, yeah. That's, I guess it hasn't affected me at all, but let me know in the chat if you guys were affected by that. Outage earlier. Yeah, there was an outage earlier. Can't access certain services, says Danny. I'm back. What I miss? Any good news? A lot of Fed governors, current Fed governors, and former Fed governors saying that we need that rate cut on December, regardless of what the Fed, of course, Fed Chair Jerome Powell said on the last meeting. There was an outage earlier. Yes, I can't access certain services. Don't burn your fiat. You can burn crypto with that. You can buy crypto with that. Dylan. Sometimes I just have to do it. Makes me feel alive again. I know it's stupid, I know, but it's just how I am. Even poor Elmo looks like he's getting smoke. Yeah, seriously. Where is El? How is Elmo doing anyway? Well, I don't see him in the background today. That's weird. He should be on there. He's definitely on the lineup. I hope you guys have a great day today. Hopefully you're not losing your minds at the Fiat Factory. Okay, let me check. Where's Elmo? Where is Elmo? God. Yeah, Elmo's gone. I don't know what happened. He did. I'll have to go back and see if I can recover him, man. This, my stream. I'm just thanks again for bearing with me, guys, as I am on my trip. I'm gonna be doing the stream here now for a while, so we're out of the studio. But yeah, we'll be back again hopefully soon in the month of December, if not January. We'll hear for the new year. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. All right. So anyway, guys, have a great night. I think this is where I'm gonna end it. We covered a little bit of everything. We had some good. There's always positive news every day. It's crazy. We are living in such a paradox where crypto is completely ignored. All the money sitting in AI stocks right now, the bubble, right? The bubble as it continues to gobble up all the liquidity in the markets. We're still waiting for some of that to roll on over, and none of it has come over to crypto the entire year, any significant fashion. The market cap of NVIDIA is insane. $5 trillion in one company. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Probably came down a little bit now, but I mean, that's almost double what we're sitting on our total market cap right now. It's ridiculous. Okay, it's 4.4 now on NVIDIA, having a pullback to 4.4. But still, that's still way bigger than ours. We're only sitting at $3 trillion market cap right now. Taking a look right before we leave. Total market cap right now climbing up a little bit, recovering a day. So we got a low as when I started the live stream this morning, guys. We were at 3.09 trillion. So we did come up today, almost $100 billion. It's not bad, not bad of a day. Man, that looks brutal though. But again, this could turn into a little bit of an inverted head and shoulder. It's probably going to stop right there around 3.19, 3.2, 3.22. And hopefully we see a little bit of a recovery for stuff back into our space. We are still sitting in extreme fear for all markets, guys. So it's not just crypto. Don't think that we're just the only ones down, right? The overall crypto market sitting at fear and greed 11, and total for the stock market right now. Was it 9? Yeah, 9 still. It's crazy. Oh. All right, guys. Well, that being said, have a great day. Thanks again for coming out, and I will see you again tonight at the foreign market open at 8 p.m. Eastern for Tinfoil Hat Tuesday. Guys, don't forget for Tinfoil Hat Tuesdays coming at you tonight. I gotta go make a tinfoil hat. I gotta go make a new one for tonight's Tinfoil Tuesday. Let's go. And I will see you again soon. All right, have a good one, guys. It's always hard to say goodbye. And I'm out. Later.
Fly me to the moon. Let me trade among the stars. Let me see what freedom's like without money and gold bars. In other words, hold my key. Oh! In other words, let's make history. Oh! Fill my world with more tongues and let me huddle forevermore and more and more and more and more. I long for Hollywood shopping and door. In other words, I choose you. In other words, I love you.
Just another quick little shout out before we leave for the day, guys. Don't forget, Cody, Gamma. Shout out to the Chaos crew. And, of course, Nebs. I'll give you guys a shout out later tonight and see where you're at. If you're willing to jump on, of course, with us tonight and do some more Tinfoil Hat Tuesday. Can't wait to see what we have to discuss. I have a whole list from last week we can get into this week. So have a good one, guys. I'll see you again soon. Later, guys. Have a good one.
When will
Peace.
then be now? Soon.
Bet.